not a whole lot of brotherly love going on with the Eagles
Uh,
and AJ Brown. And you know what? Let's just on a Madden stream too, just kind of being honest, is after a very hideous win against the Packers where they had 0 points at halftime on a Madden stream, you got me in fantasy. Go ahead and get rid of me. I appreciate the honesty there. I didn't draft him for reasons like this, but I digress. The only highlights were playing Madden of this season, and he's basically living it while playing Madden. Rumors that more or less just saying what we kind of already know there is that he's not very happy. And I'm going to start with it by don't really need to be. And by the way, he did double down on it when asked about it by the reporter. Says like, yeah, I'm frustrated. Have you seen what's going on? Like, I want to contribute and I get 3 targets. He didn't say it, but Will Shipley should never have more receiving yards in a game than him. But we're not even 48 hours away from that happening. Will Shipley is like the 3rd running back for the Eagles, in case anyone's not aware. So while I disagree with how he kind of went about it on the stream and just the tweets, the Instagram posts, that sort of thing, he's not really wrong. I mean, I get it. When you're an elite receiver like that, you can't be having. He has 2 games this year already with 3 targets or less. Not 3 catches, 3 targets. He's not even being involved. And obviously it should. Everyone will say it should only be about winning, which is obviously the case. But at the same time, he knows how talented he is. He is a specimen of a receiver. I'm not going to say he's Terrell Owens, but there's a lot of similarities as far as DBs do not really want smoke with him when he gets going downhill. When he's off the Chipotle, he could be a top 5 receiver in the NFL at any given moment. And he's basically getting ignored. He probably has Hall of Fame aspirations and immortality, quote unquote, football mortality. You're not going to get there without any sort of statistical relevance. And not to mention, he kind of alluded to, and he probably won't outright say it, they may be 7-2 now. They may be looking to defend the championship now. Good luck winning those playoff games when your number 1 receiver is not getting the ball, when he's a glorified offensive lineman. I know, and it's not even when you have a receiver that skill. It shouldn't be that hard to just draw a tunnel screen to him. Just start the game with a tunnel screen. Just start with a short hitch route if they play off. Try just a smoke screen. He's 6'3", 240. Just get him the ball and let him terrorize a 5'11", 197-pound quarter one time. We saw at the end of that Packers game, 4th and 6. I don't think it was supposed to be snapped, but it was anyway. And they just like, panic throw up to get his 3rd target. Like that wasn't even like an actual, that might as well have been an arm punt. So I don't agree with the way he went about it, but he's not entirely wrong. They got to figure this out. This is embarrassing. When you have a receiver that talented, he has less receiving yards than a 3rd string white running back on your team. That should never happen. I don't know what they did. It's a weird, toxic situation for everybody involved. It's very, very unusual. But at the same time, not unusual when you think about the Eagles' history.
Yeah. The Eagles' offense is struggling this year. I want to start there. I think it's important because to give a perspective here, they are 26 in total offense in the league. 26. That reigning Super Bowl, all that stuff for the Eagles. 26 in the nation or in the league after 9 games and 26 in passing, 21st in rushing, but top 15 in scoring. And what does that tell me?
1st and 3 and outs on top of it.
Yeah, 1st and 3 and outs. So what does that tell me? That tells me this offense sucks. Like that tells me this offense is not good in long yardage situation, meaning you have more than 40 yards to go to score. This team 40 yards and in can score. Great. You have a great defense half the time, so that works in your favor.
Literally half.
Yeah. And to all my Eagles fans, I'm not like as much as I've grown up hating the Eagles. Let me be very clear. I love Devontae Smith. I love Saquon. I think Jalen Hurts is a fantastic quarterback if given an opportunity. But right now, they have not been giving opportunities to their talented players. And A.J. Brown is the head of this monster of talented players not getting opportunity. Because whatever they're doing offensively is like, I just went into full defensive mode and I'm trying to cover a 21-point lead is what they're doing offensively. And that's when the game's 0-0.
The game starts that way.
It's egregious to watch. I actually would still much rather watch a New York Giants game than watch a Philadelphia Eagles game because at least they're trying to score. It feels like with the Eagles, it's like, how close can I get you to my end zone so I can get you to turn over the ball so I only have like 20 yards to go? That's what it feels like you're watching. And it doesn't work. This is a situation where I as much as I hate diva receivers, I actually agree with A.J. Brown in a lot of ways and why he's frustrated. I understand it. I think Devontae's probably frustrated. He just won't come out and say it to the media because the dude doesn't say more than 10 words. Jalen will also never say anything. Saquon will probably also never say anything because that's their personalities. You won't get it out of Dallas Goedert. Who you will get it out of is AJ. You'll also get it out of their offensive line, who have already said they're not playing up to snuff. Jordan Mailata has come out and said that many a times already this season, not playing well. And I think that's an important thing when you look at the success of the Eagles of like, they need to figure out their offensive game. And this happened last year at points in times other than Saquon. Everything else on this team just bogged down. And then it was like, oh, we figured it out. And they both offense and defense would just excelled for the rest of the year. This year, it doesn't feel like they have the ability to figure it out. And I think you have to actually take a hard look at Sirianni calling plays. Because
He might have to start.
I think it has to happen at this point in time. If you are going to succeed, whatever's working right now, or whatever you think is working, it's not. Because you need to fix this because you are that team in the NFC now. Every target is on you and the Lions. You have to win. Your fans won't let you lose. They will literally boo you off the field. And hell, they're booing off the field and then wins. It's tough for the Eagles, man. It's a tough situation, and they need to figure it out, and they need to figure it out quickly. But AJ Brown's not wrong in this situation by any means.
I prefer he didn't go about it this way. Next thing you know, he's going to post on Facebook something as a weird caption. Then MySpace.
I don't think AJ Brown even has a Facebook. Instagram though, for sure.
We're going to go through all of them. I don't love but just looking at this here too. Third time in 8 games that he has totaled 2 or fewer receptions. That should never happen for a receiver of his caliber. And I know they're 7-2. It's going to hear should winning be the only thing? Kind of, yes, but especially when it's not sustainable winning. And when you're a receiver, you don't really get the credit for the wins either. Like Julian Edelman has 3 rings, but it's not the same conversation as other guys. Quarterbacks only ones where you can really kind of get away with that. And even then, it's not necessarily the case. Obviously, winning is the most important thing, but AJ Brown's looking at it like he's 28 years old, I believe. Say 5 more good years left. He's like, I'm trying to make the Hall of Fame probably. I'm trying to be remembered as one of the greats. You get fun from playing football, not fun from doing cardio and pads. So I get it at the same time. It's not like he's a scrub. And if he was getting bogged down and had like 8 targets, was only getting like 3 catches a game, like he just couldn't separate, whatever it would be, that's one thing. It's the fact that he's getting completely ignored when we've seen him succeed nonstop, basically. He's on pace while fully healthy, minus missing the 1 game. He has 31 for 408 and 3 touchdowns. So if we double that, which would be generous at this point, 60 catches, 800 yards, we're not going to get 6 touchdowns. That's not good enough. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's the play calling. I don't know if Jalen's gone. I don't know if there's Chipotle sitting over AJ Brown's head and he can't stop thinking about it and it's all on him. I don't know what it is right now, but something clearly isn't clicking. If you're the Eagles and you want to go back to back, you're going to get all of these teams best. You're 7-2. You've one of the best teams in the league. You can make a case they'd be number 1 in a power ranking right now. I think when you look at the long term, in addition to the AJ Brown side of it, if you look long term, they're going to play the Lions this week. Well, it's a regular season game in Philly, so that's one thing. Even if you win this one, it's like, what about the playoffs when Dan Campbell's in the bag now? What about when you play the Packers when they're in the bag? What about when you play the Rams with Matthew Stafford, who nearly beat them in a snowstorm last year, was within a few points while they had an elite defense and an elite Saquon Barkley? Nothing is working right now. Last year, you could chalk it up to, all right, Saquon's running ballistic and our defense is number 1 in the game. Okay, I'll be a little quieter. I'm not making the steam, not making some noise. I get what we're doing is working. Right now, you're surviving as opposed to winning. I think that's the part that makes it harder, too. It's like, we need to do something different, but we're not doing anything different. So we'll see. We'll see if AJ Brown wants to. We'll see. I wonder if things continue, what the offseason is going to look like. I'm marking that on the calendar right now. Like, I can't wait for that March 7th or whatever the date that new year is when the trades could start kicking in, because you still could fetch a first-round pick for AJ Brown, I'm sure, depending.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a second if things get a little bit volatile and it's like, all right, he's gone regardless. But
no, I get him in a round that is ripe with tons of quality receivers. Oh, how sad.
Oh, darn. What a shame. A former second-round pick, he was in his own right. But go ahead and let us know down below what you all think. You got one more real quick.
Yeah, it's more of a funny comment. I actually kind of hate the fact that news is no longer what it once was, because this is a moment where I need reporters filing into AJ Brown's driveway to watch him bench pressing and talking about how he just wants to play for his team and he needs to get paid to be able to play for his team. And in his case, it's like, I just need to get used. I like actually use me on the field, because I think this would be perfect. Honestly, I need a Chipotle commercial with him. Like, let's get him in a Chipotle in front of a bunch of screens and be like, hey, this is my future. Because like I need it at this point in time with how and to be fair, I honestly, he has every right to be frustrated by this, given what he did and what he's done in his career. He deserves to be frustrated by this. This is frustrating from a fan perspective as well, especially fantasy owner perspective if you have money on the line in your league. But yeah, this is hey, I just wish the news was what it once was.